Hey, welcome to my channel. My name's Chris. I do a lot of diving in West Palm Beach, Southeast Florida area. Sometimes we go down to the Everglades, but mostly in West Palm Beach. Dive with my buddy Junior on Free Spirit. You can see his boat right there. So funny little story here. I was ready before everyone, way before everyone, just ready to drop in. And as they were getting ready, I forgot to put my rag in my mouth and I dropped in. It happens. So I went ahead and just surfaced, caught my breath, gathered my rag, and continued to descend. They're dealing with something up there. I'm not sure what, but they're together, so I'm going to go ahead and descend, get this started. I have a Koah 52 roller. I don't see a lot of videos online, so I thought I'd share my experiences with it, good or bad. Today we're diving in an area we call Three Ledges. It's about 90 feet on average. On this day we had 2-foot seas, maybe 40 foot of viz, and we had a pretty healthy, strong north current. So I'm at the bottom here. I've got a zookeeper and a pole spear with me as well in case I see any lionfish. I didn't see any on this day. Right here I see a porgy. I aimed low, I missed. So you see the current's pushing me right past my shaft. Sometimes that shaft will catch in the reef, and then I got to get down and kind of crawl back up to it to get it dislodged. Koah's got a closed track. Hardest part I have is getting it through those strings right there that you pull on for the roller bands. And just getting all the mono off to the side is key to getting it re-rigged. You'll see a few times where I just don't have it right and have to kind of reset. The Koah roller is surprisingly easy to load. My previous gun was a Rob Allen, and it was extremely difficult to load. I had to use a load assist. What the Koah does differently is it doesn't have any tension preloading it. So you can actually flip it over. I'll do it later in the video. And you can stretch the band a little further if you want some more power. For the most part, it's not needed. So I see a really large porgy, probably one of the biggest porgies I've ever seen. So I'm trying to get its attention. It starts swimming away, so I kick up some sand. It actually stops and comes back. I'm a little deeper than I want to be at 105. I can't stay here very long. It'll kill my NDL. He's not really coming, so I decide I need to kind of go after him. Yeah, you can't really pick him up in the video. He definitely looks smaller in the video when you can see him than he did in real life. I'm gonna end up taking a long shot and aiming low and missing him. Yeah, I really wanted to catch him, so I was a little frustrated that I missed. I'll start aiming a little higher on those longer shots. For whatever reason, I'm fumbling here. And then the mono gets wrapped around the handle. Just gotta be patient, work it out. Earlier I was talking about how you can stretch the roller band a little further. For whatever reason, I decided I wanted to do it. So I'm looking for anything to shoot here. Lionfish, yellowjacks, mutton snappers, mangrove snapper. Fortunately, grouper and hogfish are out of season until next week. So after not seeing anything for a while, I see another Porgy. I'm over 2, so let me get one. I really want to get that fish under control. But I got my scooter on as well, so I got to get that turned off. Then you want to brain the fish. I use the toothless marker floats that has a stringer built into them. I've modified it a little bit. I've had trouble with them coming unwrapped. And I don't like the plastic clips. But built into it's a stringer. So I'll grab that metal spike and I'll use it to brain the fish. If you listen closely, you'll hear me kind of coughing up in my regulator. As I was looking down, I was getting half water, half air in my reg, so I was just spitting water. Not sure what's going on there. I just had the regulator serviced, took it in the shop, and they need to probably change the exhaust manifold or whatever it's called. So here I just float the fish. The boat will see it, they'll pick it up. That way, if any sharks come, I don't have to deal with them. As I said before, the hardest part of loading the shaft is getting it past that string there that you pull to load the roller band. But now it's stretched on the bottom, so I had to move it back up, relieve the tension. See, it caught there. Right there, the mono got caught up in my computer. It seems like if it can catch in something, it will. And all you want to do is just get it loaded quickly. I use Shearwater computers, and you can see I have a 5-minute safety stop obligation. That's because I exceeded 100 feet. Usually your safety stop is 3 minutes, but if you exceed 100 feet or get within 5 minutes of your NDL, it makes you do a 5-minute stop. So I see a mutton snapper here. He's borderline legal. So I'm like, should I? Just not quite large enough, so I let it go. There's a nurse shark. So I made a navigation error. I was supposed to go west, and I took a false line that goes into sand. It's really easy to do, but once you realize it, you just gotta turn west. So I'll pull out my compass and make sure I'm heading the right direction. Without the scooter, this would be a pretty long swim. Be pretty hard to do, actually. But the scooter makes quick work of it. Ah, there's the ledge. A school of mangrove snapper. They're all too small. Since I just got to the ledge, I decided I want to look to the south, facing into the current. You can see I can't make any headway whatsoever. I don't see anything, so I'm going to go ahead and turn around and start going north again with the current. So it's time to end the dive. I'm going to get ready to start ascending. Get my surface marker buoy out. And then I see a porgy. So in my mind, I need to finish deploying my surface marker buoy and then deal with the fish. But if you look at the top of the screen, you'll see a goliath grouper coming in. It's a small one. So I start pulling the line in. He's still big enough to eat the fish and win. But now I got a mess to deal with. I just got to solve it one problem at a time. I got to figure out which problem to solve first, though. I want to get this fish off the shaft. I want to get my surface marker buoy deployed. I want to get the gun all wrapped up. I got to make sure I'm not ascending too fast. So I decided, let me just push the fish to the mono, and then I can get the shaft and the gun. Once the shaft's in the gun, I figure I can deploy my SMG. One thing I did, which I should have done different, so I attached the gun to my D-ring on my backplate. I should have probably hooked it to the reel instead, just in case something came and tried to take that fish. So with two problems solved, now I gotta figure out how to get the fish off the line. I'll take care of the fish once I get to my safety stop. Decided that I could put the fish in my zookeeper and then try to get the line out. Somehow my shaft comes out of the gun. So I want to get that back in first. Okay, just deal with one problem at a time. So I finally got it in. Now I got to get the line out, so I'm just going to disconnect it. Make sure my shaft's in. Is it going to come back out? There we go. Even put the safety on. Disconnect the line and then just pull it out. At this point, I just want to get the gun re-rigged. I don't care if it's right, just so long as we get the line wrapped up and it's not a mess, so I can hand it up back to the boat. I'll fix it on the surface interval. I really like this reel. It never tangles, but at the click of one button, it free spools. And so I had one dive where I was handing it up to the boat, and they clicked the button, and it just fell. So now I like to click it, lock it into the sausage, so that in case a button does get clicked, it doesn't go anywhere. So the boat sees me. Somebody else was just getting on. Another plug for Free Spirit. So what we do is we have this rope down the side and we hand up all our gear, including fins. And then you can scoot to the back of the boat and get up the ladder. Hey, thanks for watching my video.